I wanted to share with you a strategy that's been incredibly successful for my clients. My clients operate, by the way, across different industries and are leaders in their own fields, including cleaners and removal companies. Mostly they're based in the southeast, but they not only serve that area but also national and international markets, so they're pretty big. But I've also been dealing with smaller businesses as well. What I'm going to share with you in this online training is how I've used a strategy based around content marketing to successfully drive traffic and then convert web visitors into customers. My methods do work, they're working right now. Content marketing is what many big companies are doing, and maybe even your competitors have started to do it as well. Done right, it could really work for your business, I believe. This is not some dodgy strategy. This is something that Google and the other search engines like, and also visitors. At the end of the training, you'll be able to start using my content marketing tips to help grow your own business. I'll also give you my free ebook, which goes into more details about my winning content marketing strategies. I'll also be giving the opportunity for a free web marketing audit. So do take me up on that. You're going to learn loads of, you're going to get loads of tips which you can use straight away, which are bespoke to your business. So I do recommend the web marketing audit. At the end of this online training, I'll tell you how you can book it. And also I can go through some live examples of the work I've been doing so you can see the strategy actually working. Any questions about the training here, please email me at the end of this seminar. Again, details at the end. I've seen quite a few businesses going through really difficult times because they lost their keywords for their website in the organic listings. They were affected by Panda, by the penguin algorithm, hummingbird. It's been really hard to rank websites in the organic listings of Google over the last 3 or 4 years. It really has been. And the clients that I've helped, some of them were affected by the big algorithm changes that Google have been doing, and they came to me. They didn't know what to do. They thought, oh well, just throw some backlinks at our website and get us back to the top for our keywords. Well, it doesn't kind of work like that anymore. You just can't throw tons of backlinks to a website and expect it to rank at the top of Google's organic listings. And if you do try that, well, it's just going to harm your business even more. So what I did, after doing some remedial action, I won't go into that too much here, but I put in place my content marketing strategy. And these were for businesses across different sectors based in the southeast of England mainly. And what they began to see were visitors coming back to their website. In fact, visitor numbers returning and new visitors actually increased. And they also saw visitors who came to the website actually converting more as well. They were in the search engines again, and not only for just 1 or 2 keywords, but lots of different key phrases as well. So they're getting loads of online exposure through this content marketing method. One kitchen deep cleaning company I helped increase inquiries from, well, nothing to over 30 a month. Now, considering their clients are, big names, the managing director was really pleased that they were getting so many large B2B inquiries coming to their website when their website previously was really struggling in the search engines. And so this content marketing strategy worked for them, and this wasn't happening as a one-off thing. They were getting visitors and inquiries like this every month. So the managing director actually said to me, he said it was a bit like turning on a tap as far as the marketing was concerned. But get this, because the site had better content and a better user experience, well, my clients began to think about reducing their spend on directory listings, on their advertising, and on their other marketing and PR methods, because they were getting more visitors who went on to actually convert into customers. And not only that, with this content marketing strategy I put in place, they were getting more free PR, if you like, coming through Facebook, through Twitter, through YouTube, and other social media methods. For them, they felt they were getting tremendous value for money with this content marketing strategy. So what did I do? Well, I created content for them that was useful, that was original, relevant, and fresh. Maybe you're doing this type of thing yourself already. But I'll give you some of the ideas of the type of content I publish for my clients, and hopefully you can take away and use some of those ideas to help your own business. If you are already updating your content on your website regularly, that's great, you're halfway there. If your website or social media hasn't been updated for a while, you do need to start doing it. Google generally won't reward sites in their organic listings anymore unless it has fresh new content. There are over 200 signals, at least, that Google looks for now to rank websites, but content is a real key part of this. If you're not in Google or the other search engines, then your visitors aren't going to find you. If they do, they might not stay and they might not convert. So you do need that content that really engages with your visitors. What I'm doing for my clients, and what you may not be doing, is creating content in a targeted way. This is the key of this whole content marketing strategy that I've been doing for clients. So it's targeted, it's also strategic, the content I'm publishing, and there's no point publishing content if no one else is going to read it. Have you seen the Google ads on TV recently asking you to ask Google a question? Google's aim, actually, as it always has been, is to return conversational answers to their users' questions. In the past, you could focus on one or two keywords and try and get your website ranking for those words in the search engines. You can't do that now. Google doesn't like it, and if you do try any artificial ways of getting your 2 or 3 keywords to the top, you're going to be penalised. It's not worth the risk. So it's all about focusing on key phrases, more conversational search results. And this is all to do with Google's Hummingbird algorithm. So as I say, old black hat methods such as stuffing content with keywords or throwing tons of unnatural backlinks to sites really doesn't work anymore. If anybody promises you that they can do that and it does work, well, I just don't go with them. You might possibly see results in the short term. In the long term, it's going to cause you a real nightmare. It really is. It's going to harm your site, and it's going to be really hard to recover. So make sure what you're doing now, as far as the search engine optimization is concerned, make sure that you use proper white hat methods. My content marketing strategy is what Google likes to see. Okay, so you're not going to be penalised. Google essentially wants sites to be resource centres as well as a sales pitch. They want to essentially return the most useful answers to their users' questions, and also quickly. What worked for my clients, and still does, is publishing content regularly on their own websites. I'll come on to that in a minute, but for my clients, and I still do this now, I put in place a content marketing plan which outlined the content I was going to create for my clients, and I was creating 2 or 3 pieces of content per month for them. Now, being organised, I actually wrote a lot of the content for them in quieter times, and then I published the content regularly throughout the year. I stuck to the plan, and I also made sure that I didn't publish all the content in one go. I spread it out throughout the year. How I work with clients is by becoming an expert in their industry. I really research their industry. I meet the managing directors. I know what their industry is about. I understand what my clients' aims and objectives are. I do research and find out what their competitors are up to. And then I create the content in line with their own house style. I run past the content every time for them to clear. I do this on their own content management systems such as WordPress, but I'm also happy to work in Word as well with clients. Generally, and this is something I'm pretty proud of, I guess it goes back to having 20 years experience in journalism and marketing. The content that I produce is really high quality, and I can't think of the last time that any clients have come back and made any amendments with spelling or grammar. I mentioned I was creating targeted content, and that's the whole reason why my content marketing is working right now. I wasn't just updating clients' blogs without any thought or doing a few tweets here and there. I was creating targeted content. Okay. So I researched the ideal keywords that my clients wanted to be found by. I then went for the actual longer keywords. I don't want to go too much into how I did this. My ebook, How to Unleash the Power of Content Marketing, tells you more about it, and that tells you how to research keywords using Google Keyword Planner. But I can also go through with you. I'm very happy to do this when we go through our free website marketing audit together. The content I created for clients worked because it answered questions that my clients' own customers were asking, and also what Google users were asking. Again, I don't want to go too much into it, but I would recommend getting Google Analytics installed on your website or another analytics package, and find out what people are searching on your website for. This is a good point to say that content you produce must be new and original. If your site has content copied from anywhere on the web, it will be penalised in search engines. You're going to drop your rankings straight away, almost. It's just not worth the risk. This is something I always instill, that they need to have content that's original, that's also relevant, and is also fresh as well. Okay, let's talk more about content that you should be adding to your website on a regular basis. You may already be doing some of these already. Testimonials, well, these, I can't say how important these are. These are fantastic for building up trust with prospective clients. They're also great for helping your website in the search engines, because in theory your site visitors are going to stay longer on your site before clicking away. People want to read testimonials, so that helps the length of time of the site. Google likes that. It helps lower the bounce rate. Again, I can explain more when we have our one-to-one, and in my ebook as well. It goes into more detail about that. But basically, you want to have a low bounce rate. This is the amount of time people stay on a page or the site before clicking away. If you can get your customers to supply pictures of themselves, that's great. That all helps with building up trust. Case studies, yeah, again, great for building up trust with potential clients. Clients like to see what businesses have done in the past to gauge their level of expertise. I mentioned before about Google wanting to get answers from websites, using websites as resources. By producing how-to articles, you're going to demonstrate to Google and to your visitor that you're an expert in your field. And it's all about building up that trust. So, for example, if you run a commercial kitchen deep cleaning company, could you say how you carried out the deep cleaning? Advertorials, these are more like an extension of the how-to articles. You're giving informative content, but then adding a kind of a sales pitch at the end. Again, we can chat more about the types of content in our one-to-one sessions, if you like, and also the ebook goes into a little bit more about it as well. If you're thinking that this seems like a lot of writing, all this content marketing, well, content can be shown as infographics. These graphics are great for getting across information, particularly complex data. Again, we can talk about these when we have our one-to-one. You can break up your content with images and video. In fact, I would recommend you doing this, as it, again, can help visitors to stay longer on your site. Quotes, yeah, they're great for breaking up content. You've got to think about how your page looks visually as well. and I'll come on to that more in a second. Yeah, don't forget on your page you'll be wanting to include your contact details, and you may want to slip in some special offers occasionally as well. I think the key here is to think about what your customers want to see and also what they're asking. So just a few examples here of the types of content you can use. As I say, in the one-to-one, we can chat about the type of content that you might want to include on your site on a regular basis. Okay, so you have an idea of the type of content, but you'll also be needing to use your longer keywords or phrases naturally through your content. I think it's worth pointing out here that Google, they really are clever at understanding what pages are about. Definitely don't deliberately cram your keywords everywhere. That used to work even 2 or 3 years ago. It doesn't work now. Just right for humans rather than the search engines. You do want your content to look good visually. There's no hard and fast rule for the number of words you can have on a page. What I would say is to think about your reader. For the companies I've worked with, the content I was producing was around about 350 words to 500 words. That worked for them, but it's up to you really. Keep your sentences fairly short. Again, no hard and fast rule, but I don't know, say anything up to 20 words in a sentence should be fine. Again, paragraphs, keep them short, perhaps 2 or 3 sentences. And you could try and break up your content with headings. Now, the headline is your opportunity to tell Google and customers what you want. You're going to need to include in your headline your longer tail keywords, such as kitchen deep cleaning, your target client sector and the location they are in, and somehow your headline's got to be snappy as well so that people actually do read your content. So let's look at some examples. Let's say I'm a cleaning company. I'm going after offices, so I'm going to include the word offices in my headline. So offices cleaned, that's my longer tail keywords, which I've researched through Google Keyword Planner. I want to target offices in Sussex. That's where most of my business has come from in the past. That's where my most profitable businesses are. And I'm answering a question which Google users and my prospective customers might want to actually know. So the headline could be, so how often should I have my Sussex offices cleaned? Okay, how often is a question that possibly not many people are going to ask, but whenever someone searches for offices cleaned in Sussex or other combinations such as office cleaners in Sussex, my content should show up in Google's organic listings. And you've got to remember that Google is getting cleverer about understanding what pages are about. Here's another example. My target keywords this time are deep cleaning. I want to go after Yorkshire eateries this time, so I've come up with run a Yorkshire eatery. Wondering how often you should have deep cleaning done? Again, my content should come up with different phrases that people ask Google using around the words deep cleaning and Yorkshire eatery. So now you're beginning to see how powerful this content marketing really is and why it's a great way of getting tons of exposure in Google, which then leads on to more visitors who then go on to convert. So it really is powerful. And don't forget that the content you're creating, you can reuse it in your email marketing campaigns, perhaps in your magazine that you might have for your customers, in your social media, in videos as well. So all of a sudden, you're reaching a huge audience. You're creating targeted content that could help with increasing leads and sales. So just with a little bit of effort, creating some content can have huge benefits for your business. And I really have seen this firsthand as well with my clients. As I mentioned earlier, I can run through some live examples of how it's working for businesses when we have our one-to-one. As I mentioned, booking details at the end of this seminar. Now, anything you publish on the web has the potential of being seen straight away. You want to make sure that what you're writing is really good. Poor spelling or grammar could really let your business down. So, it could harm your reputation. I've been producing content for 20 years. When I was training to be a journalist, it was instilled in us to check everything, not only the facts, but also the spelling, the grammar. I've developed a checklist that I still use to this day to make sure that I don't miss anything. It's very easy to miss even the big things such as headings. So I have a checklist. There's one in my ebook that you can use as a basis to form your own checklist. You'll be wanting to check the spelling, the grammar. Also, is your content being aimed at the right target audience? Right, using the terminology that your industry understands, your target market understands. Don't forget to include your keywords and phrases. They've got to be naturally throughout your content. Right for your reader, not for the search engines. I think that's the key there. Search engine optimization. Yeah, if you're on WordPress, it's dead easy to add the metadata. These are the tags that help the search engines. I can explain more about search engine optimization when we chat, but it is important to do. And if you can make your content interesting enough to be shared on social media, that's going to really help you with getting loads more exposure through social media. So that's more PR, potentially more clients coming to your website as well. Okay, so you have all this new content out there. How do you know it's going to work? I think the key to remember is that this content marketing is a long-term strategy. But you'll be wanting to look at how your longer tail keywords for your website are doing in Google and the other search engines in their organic rankings. Rankings these days, by the way, should be taken only as a kind of snapshot generally. What Google are doing is returning their search results based on users' past search history, their location, the device they're using. So take it as a snapshot. You could get perhaps totally different search results to the ones that I'm getting, for instance. But a far better measure is to look at the number of visitors coming to your site, look at the number of new visitors and also the number of returning visitors. You do need to install Google Analytics or similar to see this information. The bounce rate, I kind of went into that earlier, but that is a good indication of visitor engagement on your site. Basically, the longer the visitors stay on a page before clicking away, the better. The bounce rate, anything below 40%, that's pretty good. Anything higher, well, you want to try and make your content more interesting to try and encourage visitors to stay on that particular page for longer. Of course, a great measure is to see how many more inquiries you're getting to your site as a result of the content marketing, and also how many new sales you're getting as well. So we're coming to the end of this training, but to sum up, think about your website and your social media content. If you've not updated it for a while, start updating it. You can't expect to do well in the search engines if you're not keeping your site fresh with content and also your social media. That, of course, means that you could potentially be missing out on sales. So produce content that your target market will find useful. Make sure you have a plan for publishing the content. Publish content on a regular basis. Make sure your content is original and relevant. Definitely don't copy from other sites on the internet. It will harm your visibility in the search engines. Your aim as well is to have content that can be shared on social media, so you get more free PR, if you like. Your content, if done in the right way, will probably help also save money on advertising and directory listings. That's certainly what my clients have been finding because they're getting better conversion rates. They're getting more conversions because their visitors are having a better experience on their website. New content is a great way to show your customers that you're in business still. Yeah, that's true. It kind of keeps them coming back, trying to find out what you're up to. And content marketing is a long-term strategy. It really does work. The bottom line is the more content you have, the more exposure you're going to get in the search engines and in social media. So that means more chances of being found by customers who will then go on to convert. It's a win-win situation. I do go into more details about my strategy in the ebook. I'll send you over a link at the end of this seminar. It has got tips in it that you can use straight away. It's free. I'm also very happy to have a free one-to-one with you as well to discuss your website marketing generally. These one-to-ones do get booked up really quickly, but I'll send you over the link for the booking after this training as well. Certainly lots of tips I'll be passing on there, and I can again show you some examples of how the content strategy is actually working. I am doing a special deal at the moment for doing content marketing. If you wanted us to do content marketing, what we do, we research your market, we produce a plan, we write the content, we clear it with you, we publish it, and we report to you as well, and we can do this on a monthly basis. So do get in touch. I can talk about pricing and go into more specifics with you. And again, I can show you some live examples. We are here to help, and we do know lots of industries really well. Recently, we've been working with the cleaning industry quite a lot, and also the removals industries. But we're kind of experts in lots of different areas. I hope we can help you, and hope that you can start reaping the rewards of content marketing. As I say, the strategy that I've put in place with my clients has been really successful, and they are reaping the rewards at the moment. Any questions, do get in contact with me. info@upperhanddigital.co.uk is my email address. That's info@upperhanddigital.co.uk. Thank you for listening.